banana sack over here, but then I didn't want to film it.
Chicken.
Well, no, I was gonna put it on here.
It's
so that
well, he could
knock it over.
Yeah, it's underneath.
But-
You can't see it.
If we went wide.
You wouldn't see it.
Welcome back to Less Cash Money.
Well,
Ash.
say, ooh,
My name's
what's coming
Tom.
up?
Yeah, I know. Maybe.
Sorry.
Again, sorry about that. We're in conversation. That's Mike. I'm Tom. This right here, we're cracking open a semi-used bottle of Legent. Nailed that intro right there.
Semi-new.
I said semi-used.
Well,
Is what I said. I actually said it right this time.
You might have.
No, this was cracked by Steve.
It was very well used.
Steve and I cracked this when we were here a little while back. Super fan of the channel, Steve.
It was all yours, so it doesn't matter.
This was one of the ones that what Steve had brought over. So I got a little information on it. I'm hoping it's 100% true, but this is a non-age statement. It was approximately $36 when he bought it. This is a collaboration between Fred No and Suntory's master. Excuse me if I massacre your name, Sunji Fukuho. Does that sound like it looks like right? Anyways, he's famous for Japanese whiskey. Anyways, so they created the final casks that they now call Legent. I believe they use Jim Beam, which is 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley, and then they finished it in I don't know if they mixed in some of the Japanese whiskey in here.
One of the owners told me about this one and said, but I don't remember what he said because it was like 3 months ago. Well,
yeah,
I'm not gonna remember 3. We haven't had it, so
this mine is a steel trap. I don't forget anything.
Good for you.
But I'm not sure 100% if he mixes some of that in there or not, or if it's just all in the finishing. It's a collaboration. They definitely work together.
I want to say they used a mixture of both and then put it into one of the.
I think it started with Beam. And then whether they mixed in some of the Japanese whiskey or they definitely finished in all the different barrels.
And I think it was the barrel, where they did it, brought it to the next level as far as the barrels go.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. So, I should pay attention to write shit down when I'm talking to people.
I will try not to give away. Now, it's been a while since Steve had left us here anyways. It's been a good, almost probably 2 weeks since I've tried this.
This is a good heavy pour. Can't believe it.
I'm sorry.
This is usually
like Steve's.
You're
I'm
like
sorry.
on a skip shit.
Well, usually I try not to pour too many of it. Sorry, Steve. I poured less for me if it's any consolation. You know why? Because I was so happy. I was happy with the proof. I was happy with the lip on it. I didn't write the proof, and I didn't bring my glasses over here. 47% alcohol, so that would be 94 proof, if I'm reading that correctly.
The nose isn't bad. 36 smackers.
I was trying to, if I remember correctly, when I did this with Steve, and I'm not going to try to give away all the stuff that I had said with him. I want to see if you say it, but I think I said it when I did it with him also. When we did like these, because they're both done in like port barrels and stuff, because these are in wine and sherry casks. Yeah. I wasn't getting that taint. I think it had to sit in a glass for a while in order to get that. In my mind,
when he mixed it with Shinji, or however you say it.
That was the master's name. That was his name.
But those, I've had some Japanese whiskeys, and they lean a little more towards the peated side or the smoke side. So I'm not really getting that.
So that's why. See, I thought you said that to me one time before.
But the wine and sherry bottle maybe
countering it.
Older than that.
I thought you told me when we were at the bar the other day that it tends to go on the malted side.
One of them that I had was super,
right.
It was almost like a scotch.
Like the scotch flavor. And when I tried this, I'm like, I'm not getting any of that. So I assumed he didn't mix in the Japanese whiskey. They just did a creation with the different port, like the different finishing. I don't know. Did you do your job and read the bottle?
I did not.
Let me have the glasses and just see if it says. Because I didn't read the bottle. I just kind of googled.
We were kind of talking.
Yeah. Again, we're still in the transition phase of this whole thing.
We were moving and talking.
Yeah, so it's partially finished in wine and sherry casks.
taste-wise, I'm not offended.
No. I said I liked it, actually. I was teasing you when I was like, terrible choice.
No, it's the nose. You know, it's not the outrageous bourbon total notes. And you may get, knowing that it's in those barrels, then you kind of probably lean, because sherry has that weird, distinctive, like, remember Dad always had sherry, and
No, see, that was when we were talking about that. I'm like, I don't even know if I've ever had sherry.
Yeah, it's like a mixer. I think more than, I don't think people just drink it on the rocks. I don't know what they did with it, but it was one of them that never left the cabinet
because what are you going to do?
Was there forever.
It might have been made a drink one time,
except for his dumb kid trying
to drink it. Because they used to cook with sherry, so you would get that fortified wine. No, she ended up using Rio Niti afterwards, but I think she tried it because I think Julia Child used to cook with sherry all the time.
And wine.
All right, so taking the first sip. No, you're on your second sip. So this is only the, what did I say, 94 proof.
Which is weird because it seems to be drinking a little hotter than that, but. And I'm looking now, it's 13% rye, which is even ass backwards than what we just did the other day, which was a higher rye supposedly. Right. And I was looking for that sparkle, and I don't. This is pretty tasty.
Gives you the
36.
Yeah. So this gives you the tingle on your tongue. This gives you that little spicy bite that a higher rye usually gives you. And when we drank it the other day, it sat like a rock on us. Like it was the first one we drank, and it was giving me a Kentucky hug, and it still is a little bit
minor
for a 94 proof. Though you never get that on a 94 proof,
and you don't get that whole. You get a little bit different of a flavor. But I don't know if I'm blasting like wine and sherry.
See that's what I said, because when
I don't know if we could compare it to one.
I don't think so either. So when I did the review, I was like. You know, for those people that don't like that, because I think this one beat this one. We did that, and it actually beat it. But it gives you that little aftertaste of the fruit. This is just a solid. But bourbon.
You do have a unique flavor in the end.
Yeah.
So, would I pick that out in a blind? I'm not sure. Would I gravitate towards a wine barrel? It's tasty.
What I do like. Is that
price-wise, it's smoking in this one because I think this is pretty pricey.
Yeah, it's like $50. What I do like is that high rye feel where I'm getting the pop rocks.
$40. It's
on there.
It's weird, but it's so little of rye.
I understand that, but it gives me that, and that's why I'm wondering: did he mix in a high rye? Like I don't know. I've never had a Japanese whiskey, so I don't know if they put them in. You know what I mean? And that was their concoction.
Maybe see the girls at Marty's. They said they had some.
Well, maybe there's a no smoke one. Maybe they have some that are low
peat. They do.
You know what I mean? Where
I had 3 or 4 samples there, so they do. But one's way in the Scotch.
For $36, I'd buy it again. I'd buy it the first time because this is Steve's bottle. But this was.
Thanks, Steve.
This is good.
You
know what I mean? But again. So now I'm on my second sip. And I actually have, and Steve said that because he's not a proof guy.
Even yesterday,
it actually sat.
We did Nelson Brothers, almost the same proof, I think.
Yeah.
And that said high rye.
It didn't drink like this. It drank smoother.
No, a more like a little like numbness. This gives more of a sparkly, but it's still not really hard. It's not harsh. It's not like, whoa, I can't handle this. It
reminds me when we were drinking the regular ones and we went to when we went to like Old Granddad, that was a higher rye. It drank a little harder than what it said it was, but it was, to me, was still delicious. I thought that was a good pour. Some people don't like it, but I actually liked it. When we were on the cheaper end, that was one of the better cheaper ends because it just really brought you to that.
Even when you go to 114, it still has a crackle.
Crackle
more than a sparkle.
The thing with this one is, and again, I don't know.
Nice.
It drinks like. If I'm going to guess I'd say probably 110. Like it's bringing you in that like 107, 108, like it's bringing you over the 100 proof to me. You know what I mean? And it's not.
I'd go 107 probably.
That's what I mean. It's going to bring you in it. Like it would bring me in like the Weller 107 or the Belmead 107 in that proof range.
And
at the very least,
I'll even. Well, I was just gonna say I'll even downgrade my fighting cock because it's a little harsher, and that's 103.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a smoother, easier, and it's still at 93.
It's at it doesn't drink
Very
hot
tasty.
in your mouth. It's delicious.
It
Great
lingers.
flavor.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a long finish by any means, and it's not a super coat. It's just a decent coat, decent taste. Right, but we've had like longer. But what it does is it gives you that semblance of a Kentucky Hug. It kind of reminds me when we did the.
Right, if you did a shot of this, you would definitely hold on to that.
Well, it reminds me when we did the Old Smoky mango habanero. it was not hot. It tasted like fruit, but it just left you with that
one did
Kentucky Hug.
Yeah.
Because it was the habanero that gave you the burn, and it actually
we don't know what to do with it anymore, but
all of my friends keep posting on Instagram how much they love it, and I'm like, really? I'm gonna have to go back to that. I'm gonna have to go back to that, and I'm like, I'm not a super flavor guy.
I took some.
Right, you did.
And again, I'm not a flavored guy.
I'm not a mango of all flavors. That's like my.
But I don't get them. You get the mango nose, but not the taste.
I don't remember. How many bottles that was ago?
Yeah, well, it was one of our first, and it has a wicked mango nose. But I think the habanero takes over, and then the heat kind of carried it through.
Right.
Nothing like this.
No. This one's actually. I will say, Steve, because I know you're watching. I like this better today than I did when we did it 2 weeks ago when he came.
I
liked it. I liked it.
Nothing negative to say. No. I'm trying to get to see if it has that winey taste.
I'm not getting that. That's the only thing. I don't get the finish, and this has been open a good. I'm going to say 2 weeks, and it's not bringing the fruit. Like you actually guessed one of these.
I did. They're both port. So
we had another sherry.
Maybe we're working on Rabbit all the way. We don't have it yet.
That's what the one I was trying to think. There was something else. There was something else. It might still be in the. It might still be in the.
It might be Thursday's project.
There was something in the sherry.
I gotta go to Lawrence. I may have to go to New Hampshire after that.
No, you know what? I liked it when we tried it.
Don't mind me thinking.
Obviously, we both liked it because
I was gonna say
drank.
You said you did. I was like, this. You did more than a sample of that one. I would get this again.
I think he came back a second time and he tried it again.
It's your bottle. You can do whatever you want. I would get this again.
No, I agree.
I think we should
for
get
$36.
Yeah.
No, hands down. I agree. I don't know if they have different expressions or if it's only this one.
The trick with this is going to be, and only because I've been to different, it's a huge, 36? Yeah. I've seen this as high as 56.
Well, no, and that's the thing. So, but it's going to be one of them shop arounds where when he brought it, I was like, but he's like, is it drinking hot to you? And I said, it really is. It's like, it's there. Like it wouldn't go, it's not drinking as hot to me as hot today.
No,
But he's not a proof guy. So like it really sat on him like he was drinking a high proof.
And now that we've had a few sips, it's kind of, I'm used
mellowed
to it.
it out. Correct. I agree. But when you first took that first hit of it, it was like
tasty though.
Oh, it's very good. Very good.
In fact,
I want to pour more, but I'm not going to do it. It is that good.
We could do this off film. You won't know. Measure it. No,
yeah.
We would never do that.
No, I didn't. No, Steve's too good to us. I wouldn't do it. But in fact, I anxiously await his next appearance because it's always fun. So there you go. There is our Legent review. The only negative I'll say about it is I'm not getting that whole X wine or sherry barrel.
Actually, this last sip, I might have just got a little bit of a hint of that. It has that little hint.
This is his, so it won't go in our blinds anyways. But I don't think I'd be able to pick it out because of that. Like you actually picked out one of these. Well,
I was going to say I have that little like twingy, like it just gives me that.
It could be subliminal because I just was talking about it, but I am getting a fruit that I wasn't getting earlier because I just was talking about I'm not getting a fruit influence, and now I am. But it's one of them.
Yeah, that our blinds go way too quick.
Would you get it when it's first poured like that? This actually, if it's just a solid pour and it drinks.
No, it's very good.
It drinks like I would actually be in like not in our top tier high proof ones, but in our top tier lower proof ones. I would be putting this in that. Like if we had like different, you know what I mean? Like the top tier high just lasts longer and it just more flavor and stuff.
It does.
But when you go into like, if you're gonna go into the mid-range ones, like I would be in that realm where I'm like, okay, like the Knob or the, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking this would compete with like the ones that used to win back before we had a big collection like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At the end though, it has that. I'm thinking it still has. We're not noticing it as much right now, but I think it still has that little bit of a port.
No, you know, now that
finish.
I only have this tiny little bit left,
we're gonna have to kill this because.
You know, I am getting that now, but I didn't.
We won't
get it
remember
when,
that.
I didn't know. Well, it won't be an upline anyways until we.
I know
when we get one.
It's in probably the price category of the rabbit hole, and I'm not sure if it's like a totally different flavor.
Well, that's why I want to get this one.
Yeah.
I want to get this one just so when we do get the purple rabbit hole, we can compare it to it.
That would be.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because that one I believe is in sherry too.
No, it is.
So it would be like
it's
in one of them.
Yeah.
It would be like a direct comparison type of a deal. So, there you go. That being
Not many
said,
miles going on that day.
Yep. That being said, if you can get it for around the 36, I think this bottle right here is worth all of that.
I agree.
I think it's very
for
good.
a different addition to your collection or something different for the month or whatever you.
I don't even know if we get because I'm getting a full batter with.
No,
I'm getting like a caramel sauce on it and everything.
Like
it's a nice caramel battered with a little fruit. You do get a little fruit now.
You do, but you don't get.
It's not that whiny fruit.
I kind of get like the barrely smell. And I think that's what drew me to the one that I finally guessed. But
yeah,
on the nose, it gets like that extra barrel smell. But
big thumbs up here, Steve. This was a good choice. And when we did it the other day, he thought it was a little hot.
The other week.
It was. Well, it was a couple weeks ago.
Before I left, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple weeks.
Thanks for your patience.
Yep, appreciate it. So there you go. There is our Legent review. I don't think you can beat it for $36. That's we will have to, if we can find one for that price, we'll have to get it to throw it on the bar.
Yep.
And then we can compare it to other ones. So that being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more.
Cheers. And all of you that have left comments, thank you very much. We will take all comments into
leave a comment down below if you had it, and if I did steer you wrong on how this actually, I don't know if anyone out there does know whether he actually did mix the Japanese. Leave a comment down below because again, Google's only so good. So
I don't know why I do this at the end. I screw myself every time.
He started me talking. So cheers.
Cheers.